The book, one of the most highly anticipated publications of 2022, will be guarded and cautious as there's no evidence the Duke of Sussex is ready to burn all his bridges, historian Ed Owens told. He anticipates the rebel prince, 37, may even be planning a return in some guise to the royal fold in 2022, particularly if the Queen's health worsens again in the coming months. The author of The Family Firm, Monarchy, Mass Media and the British Public, thinks Harry is unlikely to use his memoir to single out any one member of his family for public execution. A lot of commentators are saying the memoir represents a real threat to the House of Windsor, he said. That the royal family will be quaking in their boots to see what explosive revelations Harry comes up with. To a certain extent there will be things in there that the royal family would rather was not made public. But there will also be plenty of stuff in this memoir which works in favor of the monarchy back in Britain. Much of the hype about the book has focused on whether Harry will use the opportunity to expand on allegations he and Meghan made in their interview with Oprah Winfrey. Some have suggested he may even name the so-called royal racist who is said to have made remarks about son Archie's skin color before he was born. But Dr. Owens believes Harry won't want to trash his relationships with his family, despite the strained tensions with William and Charles. Even if the Duke does revisit the allegations, it is likely to be in a more conciliatory way, Dr. Owens said, and may even seek to recontextualize them so they are seen as less controversial. During the Oprah interview, he was unwilling to name names. He was unwilling to point the finger of blame either at the Queen or members of his family, the author said. He refused to be drawn on questions where he would have spoken out and criticized a particular member of the family. That was left to Meghan. The fact that he was careful in the interview, I think suggests the memoir will also be carefully presented. There will be gossip that helps sell the book but I don't anticipate there will be any great moment of reckoning that comes about because of this memoir. I don't anticipate that he is going to really condemn any member of his family through public execution. It will be a cautious and careful presentation of his version of events. There will be stuff in there that makes readers sit up, that grabs their interest and I anticipate we'll get a flavor of it in the pre-book publicity that I imagine will start from the end of spring onwards leading up through the summer. But is this the tell-all, behind-the-scenes memoir? We wish it was going to be, that would be fascinating. But as far as I can tell there's no indication that that's the kind of memoir Harry wants to produce. I think it will be quite guarded. He's said the book may actually be positive for the firm because Harry has been keen to emphasize the burden of being part of it, which reinforces the carefully created image the royals have cultivated in public. We saw this in Harry and Meghan's interview with Oprah. Harry was very keen to emphasize the burden of being a member of the British royal family, Dr. Owens said. How you were trapped by the role, by the things expected of you, by the duty, the expectation placed on you, the public service. That line about it being a burden is something that goes back almost 100 years. They regularly use it to try to generate sympathy for themselves. In many respects Harry's interview and his intervention in the Oprah saga actually did a great service to his brother and his family. While he talked about how they'd fallen out, he made clear to the viewers their lives were unenviable, that they deserved our sympathy. There is some truth in that. Being royal is a difficult pastime. But that language about it being a burden has been carefully constructed in order to disguise the privileges of being a member of the British royal family. They like to promote this line that they are sacrificing their lives to serve the people. This helps to offset concerns they are extraordinarily wealthy and privileged. In the other hand, a source has said that the Queen's cousin is set to release his own memoirs before Prince Harry's bombshell book comes out next year. The Duke of Kent's royal book is due to be published in May. A source close to the Duke told, Edward's book will aim to show that the most successful members of the royal family are those who support the Queen and don't compete with her.